Do I have a microphone? Do you have a microphone? Oh, it seems like it's about time to push a button. Do we push a button? Do we push a button? I push the button, everybody. How you doing? What's up? It's Monday. Oh my gosh. Have you guys noticed that it's Monday out there, folks? Folks, oh my god. It's such a Monday. It's so Monday out there that we can't even hardly oh my gosh, we have to refresh this thing. The moist tattoo goal counter was glitching. Did you see it glitching? Did you see it glitching right at the beginning of the show? Oh, lordy, it was glitching. I've joined the green room over on Discord in case anybody needs to give a shout out to your boy over here. In case somebody wants to call in, you can. I got the window open. I'll know if you're calling in, you know, because you'll just start talking with your mouth hole. Anyhow, it is Monday, March 7th, 2022. And to be real honest with you guys, if you want me to be real honest with you guys, I'm kind of exhausted today. It's an exhausting weekend. I am exhaust. But it is what it is. We got to recharge. We got to do a show because it's we got to do a show. It's Monday, man. What's up? What are you doing? What's going on? That's what I titled it. What's up? What's up? That's what I titled today's show. What is up? You have to tell me because I don't know. I'm not at your house. I don't know what you're doing, and I don't know what's going on. You'll notice that I had to update the Patreon total to 136. We have 136 patrons. We need more than 136 patrons. Let's be honest. We do. We have 80 YouTube members, YouTube membership member people over here on YouTube. You could do either one. You could do whichever one you want to do. But we just need more, and once we reach 500, I'm going to tattoo moist on my body. If that's something that you think would be hilarious, then you could sponsor that if you like. If not, you don't have to. Michael Bublo's here saying, what's up? If you need help because you're an iPhone user, there's the join button. I posted it in the chat. Because I'm the only person that promotes my YouTube channel, so I'm going to do that during the show while I'm here, live, talking to you guys. And if you feel like you want to join up over at Patreon because you get more bang for the dollar over there, a.k.a. you could be cheaper over on Patreon, then, yeah, you could do that. And I posted them in the chat, so that's what's up, because it's Monday. What's up? Joseph Stanley says, wait, we can't do both? Yes, you can do both. It counts as two. If you're a patron and a member on YouTube, it counts as both. I guess segregate is a really weird word to use there. I don't separate. Yeah, there we go. I don't separate the double whammy people into an individual. It seems like a lot of extra legwork. Especially if somebody's kicking in $5 a month, I'm just going to count them as two, you know? Joseph says, awesome, wish you have done the link long ago. You know, here's the problem. YouTube has buttons built into it, and so you assume that YouTube's buttons work. And then people go like, hey, there's no button. And I go, oh, let me go over to the behind the scenes part of operating the YouTube channel, and then I go in there and I'm like, hey, where did my links go? And they've just disappeared. Like they just don't have them in there anymore. YouTube's like, you don't get to have these. So I had to copy and paste them into a different file over here. I have them now, and I can just post them into the chat like crazy if I feel like it. It's kind of a thing. It's a thing that you could do, or not. Joel G says, my voice is quiet versus what the music was. Well, you know, we got to have some separation between music and a voice voice style podcart. Is this a pod stream cart? Podcart stream? Yeah, welcome to the podcart stream. I don't have any music drops because every time I think that I'm good with the music drops, I try to integrate it into my streaming software, and it does not like what I have created. So you either get like a crackly drop that is at like 2,000 decibels, or you get the software freaks out and begins to lag and starts to crash. So I might be out with this software at some point, but I feel like, I paid for this software. So I have that, I don't know, I forget what that's called. When you buy something, you're invested in it. There's a, what is that called? Let's look that up. What's the, what would we call it? Psychological term for being bought into a product and not being able to abandon it. There we go. I think that's a big enough search parameter. In words such as... Oh. Well, we just searched something up that turned into a disaster. What is that called? There's a name for it. I don't know. Maybe somebody in the chat will remember. There's a name for it when you're bought into a product, like you bought something, and then you can't. I forget what it's called. There's a name for it. I don't know. Somebody will probably remember, or they won't, and we'll just move on. But I can explain it. So I've paid for the software. So I continue to work with the software because I feel like I've paid into it. Like I gave them money for a product, and then I'm just going to keep trying to force the product to work properly. I don't know what that is. There's a name for it, and I can't remember it. I'll probably remember it in about a half an hour, and then just start talking about it again. But it's kind of a bummer where we're at right now as far as the drops, man, with the software. So Lumpy Dog says lags and starts to crash. Sounds like me doing exercise. Yeah, that makes sense. A cup of coffee normally helps out with that if you're lagging and you start to crash. Yeah, a cup of coffee normally works for me. So, drink a lot of water. I did get to work out today, so that was good. I had to do a bunch of nonsense today. I've been out running around, and as you can tell, I forgot to shave this morning. So, if that's a bummer for you, I don't know. Who was first to the chat today? Aqua Blue Bear. Shout out to Aqua Blue Bear for having notifications turned on and hitting the like button. Because Aqua Blue Bear showed up, hit the like button, and was first to the chat today. So that's like what is that? Is that a double whammy or a trifecta? Who knows? But it's good. We'll just say, Aqua Blue Bear, good job today. Aubrey was here. Zip Gun, Tony Franzen. Wesley's Fish Club went to sleep. So Wesley's got to go to sleep because he's on European time. So it's, I don't know, 11. It's either 11:15 or 12:15 midnight where he's at. So it does kind of make sense. Joel G. Product Stockholm Syndrome. It could be a Stockholm Syndrome type thing. In poker, you would be pot committed. Yeah, that's true. That's a good way to put it. When you're pot committed in poker, you've made a mistake, because if you're pot committed, that means you're gonna end up going all in with a hand you're not comfortable with doing that on. So watch out for being pot committed. You got to watch out for that, or being committed in general. You got to maintain your mental health, right? Mental health's got to be a priority. I actually shared this out the other day. Where did that go? Oh, yeah. Yep, I shared this yesterday. Let's open the original. We'll save it and then I'll import it. That's the easiest way to do it because if I try to screenshot it, I always end up going off of the screenshot, which is kind of a bummer, you know? You know, because then people are like, whoa, what's that? What's behind the scenes there? And you're like, it's not much. Let's save it here. Let's save it to this file. There we go. And then we can bring it in. What's this? Oh, wow, they changed the okay. Well, it would have been cool to know that they have changed this. Okay. They changed all these buttons. Very interesting software. Yeah, here it is. Somebody mentioned, somebody was talking about this the other day of like balancing your life, and I thought that this meme did a great job. This meme did a great job here. In just a quick one-stop shopping explanation of the salary versus job title is like how we're taught success. So, you got to be a lawyer, doctor, whatever, and you got to make lots of money, and then you just get respect, right? Sort of automatically. Oh, hold on. I got to mute you guys for a minute here. Hold on. Well, that's kind of the thing. That's sort of the thing when dealing with your spouse is that you'll be doing a live stream and they'll call to see if you're at the house, right? Like, are you home? You straight up get a phone call that's like, "Are you home?" Like, "Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm here. What's up?" Which is the title of today's show. What's up? People are legit calling me just to see if I'm home. You know what I mean? They're just being like, "Hey, are you at home?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm here." You know? And so that's what that phone call was. Very interesting, right? I know that people are like, "Dude, edge of my seat, captivated, interested." It's a thrill a minute around here. Aubrey says sunk cost. You know what? It might be the sunk cost theory. That might be right. Let's look that up while you guys look at this meme. Let's go to this. Sunk. Oops. Oh, wow. I have a whole bunch of extra letters in there. Sunk cost theory. The sunk cost fallacy. I was thinking it was a theory. Describes our tendency to follow through on an endeavor if we have already invested time, effort, or money into it, whether or not the current cost outweighs the benefits. Boom! There you go. God, Aubrey is a winner. Winner. Chicken dinner. What does Aubrey win? I'll give him some stacks in Minecraft. I'll hook him up in Minecraft because Aubrey plays on our Minecraft server. You know what I mean? Like a baller. So I'll give him some stacks for winning the chicken dinner. Maybe I'll give him a stack of chickens. Hey dudes, did you guys hit the like button? Because I'm supposed to do that. The little thing popped up over here, YouTube style, to tell people to hit the like button. And I don't like to tell people to hit the like button. I like to tell people to become a member on Patreon, right? Meow. Because it's so dumb. Northwest Aqua Hobby, good day, Moist fam. Yeah, Moist fam, what's up? Mike Stombaugh says, plant question for you. I recently got a group of Rohani barbs. They have ate all my crypts and val. I haven't touched my crinum, haven't touched my crinum thyanum. Of any other plants they might not eat? Any Anubius for sure. I would say any Anubius would be the spot ski, like any Anubius is going to be probably fine. And there's like, I have to tell you guys, some people out there, I'm looking at you, some people, you know what I'm saying? Some people think there's only like one or two types of Anubius. There are so many varieties. You could be like me and get into an Anubius kick for virtually forever. I literally own some Anubius that is so small that you can barely even see the leaves. Their leaves on it are like the size of a pinhead. Are we not supposed to say pinhead anymore? Oh no, I've been canceled. We're not supposed to say pinhead. Anyhow, I was talking about this meme. Let's jump back into this meme before we move on, and we'll talk about more plants in a second. Because I want to get this meme off the screen. We got memes on the screens. We got too much stuff on the screen here, guys. We got to get rid of this. It says, how we were taught to measure success, a better way to measure success. And I think this is accurate. Mental health, job title, salary, free time, liking what you do, and physical health. These are all, I like this. This is a much better pie. Hold on, I need my arrow. You guys, I need my arrow. Oh no, my arrow's behind. We got to move my arrow up. We got to prioritize arrow. Oh, here we go. Look at this arrow. The arrow is back. If you're a big fan of the arrow and you want more yellow arrow in your life, yellow arrow, say that 10 times fast. I'm going to try. Hold on. Yellow arrow, yellow arrow, yellow arrow, yellow arrow. Hold on. Yellow arrow. Yellow arrow. Yellow arrow. Yellow arrow. Yellow arrow. Impossible, I think. Anyhow, if you want more yellow arrow in your life, you got to be down here. If you want less yellow arrow in your life, you'll be up here in this zone. And this ain't a good zone to be, bros. This is far too, bidimensional? But it's basically one-dimensional because the job title and the salary, it's the same thing. This could basically be one piece of pie, right? One pie. Not good. Not good. DK Law says that upper graph shows that teachers don't know how to teach economic utility. That's a good point. Although I would say I had some economics professor and economics teacher in high school that were pretty smart, to be honest. We've lost the file for this meme. Oh, there we go. There. We can delete it now. We're going to remove it. Mental health portion adjourned, right? We'll see is just so far behind. It's the sunken cost fallacy. Is that right? Fallacy, yes. I readopted saying it correctly, and then did you see me question myself if I had said it correctly? Ugh, boy. Sunk cost fallacy. I'm going to put it there in the chat. You guys should look that up. I think you guys should look that up. It's basically like when to cut bait, but you never really want to cut bait because you're already invested in it. Somebody named Sweet Tea showed up and said, do you personally use the co-op test strips? I just got some, and they've been sending me readings all over the place, and it's making it hard to trust their consistency and accuracy. Do I personally use the test strips? You guys know. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know why? Because I live a life of rigorous honesty, and I will tell you, I personally do not use the co-op test strips. So I can't give you advice on whether or not they work well or not, because I don't use them. I have used them, though, to dunk them into tanks. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know how to use test strips well. It just does not work well with my humanity. Like me being a person, I dunk them in there, and then I'm like, what color is this? What's going on? Did I dunk it in there long enough? And Am I dunking? Am I dipping? Am I getting water on there? Did I shake it off? I don't know. You know, I feel like it's more an operator error type situation. Like it doesn't engage with me well. It's just one of those things. Like I don't engage with the test strips very well. So I continue to use liquid tests. I feel like I know how to use them and I know how to read them and I know what's happening when I do that. So I personally don't use the test strips because I just, I think it's me, but the test kits I use are the API ones. I use the API ones. Why is this electronics? All departments. That's what we want. We want the API master test plus all of the side tests. There's a bunch of individual tests that I use also, which I'm sure that I could find links for you guys if you desperately feel like you need them. But I have an Amazon link here in case you want to support the channel. You can buy stuff off of Amazon, like an API Master Test Kit. That's what I use, plus all the little side kits. So I have little side kits for, oh my God, I feel like an idiot. Water hardness, calcium, whatever. I don't know. There's a long list, and I just am not prepared to tell you all of the tests that I use, which is kind of a bummer because I feel like now would be the perfect time to be able to tell it to you. But I'm kind of having a brain fart, and today has been weirdly, it's been a weird day. I didn't even shave today. You know what I'm saying? It's Monday. I shave on Mondays. That's what I normally do. And today was just doy. Today was just a hard doy. I'm out here pulling my Homer Simpson or something. I'm pulling doughs out. Dough! Like that. And then I'm like, I don't know. It's what's up. I went from success measure 1, stressed and overworked, to success measure 2 when I started my business. Now I am poor and happy. Yeah, I understand that. I fully get that. Yeah. That makes sense. How much is the greenhouse? I don't know. What greenhouse? What greenhouse? How much is the greenhouse? What greenhouse are we talking about? My Costco right now, you can still just purchase a cedar-sided greenhouse right here. Oh, that greenhouse. I know how to read chat, dude. Check me out. I'm reading good today, bros. Yeah, you can buy pretty much anything at Costco. As long as they got it in there, they'll sell it to you. Lumpy Dog says co-op's test strips work for me okay. Very important to read at 60 seconds. Some of the test pads will continue to darken past 60 seconds. Yeah, see, I think that's my problem. I don't know how to count to 60, it's a bummer, guys. I think I'm going to have to go back to school because I don't know how to count to 60 seconds. I probably read them early or late or what, I don't know. I do the liquid test strips or the liquid test kit because I just, like I said, I just interface with that better. You know what I mean? So. And Sweet Tea says, yeah, I set a timer for 55 seconds, then read them. They're different almost every time. Yeah, I don't know, man. I wish I could help you with, customer support or something. I don't know. I don't do customer support for the co-op. There's, people that do that. I don't know who. I don't even know who they are. It's somebody. Some people, they answer the emails and do customer support. I don't know who does that. I'm never around any of that, so I don't know. Maybe bug Kobe. Maybe Kobe knows. There's something. I don't know. I don't personally use them, like I said. Probably because I can't count to 60. Oh my God, Fish Tank Barnes chipping in $5 to the new house fund, which is intense, bro, and I appreciate that so much. That's so very nice, Mike. 100%. Thank you, dude. It's big time. I guess I should yell surprises or something. I don't know. People would probably want me to do that from 100 years ago. But thank you very much. I appreciate the super chat, dude. It's a 7-foot by 8-foot floor plan and 8 feet at the peak. It is $1,300. In case anybody needed to know what the cedar greenhouse is from Costco. Do you have a Costco membership? That would be a question. We have a Costco membership. And we go there like once every 6 weeks or something like that. And it does kind of work. The weird thing about Costco is that Costco always had the reputation of being like super cheap. And it's not super cheap. Let's get that straight. It's not super cheap. You end up spending the same amount of money. You just generally get what I would consider to be a slightly better product, like a higher quality product. You know? So like instead of select cuts, you get choice, you know, or you get prime. What are all the grades? I can't remember what the beef grades are anymore. Even though you guys would be surprised to know that I do have a oh my god, I already remembered him. It's prime, choice, and select. Yeah, okay, I was right. I thought there was a fourth one for some reason, but that's not the case. Yeah, I do have a USDA Prime stamp tattooed on me. So that'll give you an idea that I am for real going to get the moist tattoo if we reach our goal. Mickham says 50 to 60 seconds. That's not like the strips I've had. Just dip and read. Yeah, I don't know, man. The thing with that is that like, yeah, apparently we're onto like a test strip stream. I guess I'll have to like retitle the stream. I just don't have a whole lot of I don't have a whole lot of experience with the test strips because, you know, 20 years ago test strips didn't work very well at all, as far as I know, and nobody ever recommended to use them. So I learned how to use liquid tests. And so I just interface with that so much better than the test strips. I mean, you can't teach an old dog new test strips, right? Isn't that how the saying goes? Reading good. That's what's up. Thank you, Austin. I appreciate it. I'm just going to call you Austin instead of New Local Austin because I don't know how to. I keep saying that and it just feels long. So I'm going to shipportin it, you know? Do you know what I mean when I say shipportin it? Do you? No? Okay. Good. It feels strong. Like if I'm talking into a microphone and people have no idea what I'm talking about, it's pretty good. Amazon Research Center for Ornamental Fishes. What's up, dude? What's going on? Good to see you. Baked veggies trying to be healthy. Fried ring bologna because fat tastes good. Life is a balance. Dude, I don't know. I don't know what is going on over there, Lumpy Dog. What is fried ring bologna? What is I'm looking it up. We can't live in the dark. Fried ring bologna. What? This is just cut hot dogs, right? This looks like just cut up hot dogs. If this is a video where somebody just like cuts up a hot dog and then fries it in a pan. Hold on, let's see what we got here. Oh, the video consisted of a half of a second and then it failed to work. Deep fried pickled bologna. Hold on, let's look up the recipe here. I'll share with you guys my screen, maybe. Add source. Where are the buttons now? The buttons are all different. Where are the buttons? They changed the buttons. Oh, here we go. Smart select. Here we go. Oh. Okay. I can't. Well, this pisses me off. Okay. I don't want you people to have those other accounts. Okay, hold on. This is why I don't normally do this. Remove. Add source. Desktop capture. Smart selection. Here we go. Okay, there we go. That's this recipe right here. It says 1 ring bologna, large. Which, like, what is a ring bologna? What? Is this bologna just... It's just shaped like a wiener? It's just shaped like a wiener. It costs $60. Good Lord. Why would it cost $60? This is like processed meat. I'm going to tell you guys, if you guys are ordering $60 processed bologna, this, frankly, is an atrocity. This is an atrocity. This is an abomination. This is why people get mad at America. You know what I mean? It's stuff like that. $60? I could buy you a freaking filet mignon for that and cut it up. Oh, my God. $60, folks. It's not even cheap and affordable. I could understand if you were like, hey, this bologna is super cheap and I'm going to eat it. Like I could get, but it was $60, guys. You know? Oh, my God. Mikey Fishy has unlocked a milestone. He's become a member for 26 months. 'Tis moist, brother. 'Tis moist. Yeah, I mean, that's literally like, that's a lot of money to be, you know, cooking some bologna that's shaped like a wiener. Yeah, that's a lot. Is it weird to keep saying wiener or sausage? Can I sausage? It's like it looked like a summer sausage. Yeah. Who was talking about that? Lumpy Dog? I love you, Lumpy Dog. Feel free to understand that I love you. I love you, okay? I'm not mad at you. It's just, I'm disappointed. I still love you, though, okay? Look up Troyer's Trail Bologna. All right. I'm going to look it up, but I'm not looking it up on screen. I'm probably going to get banned. What is this? Oh, okay. It's just a bologna. Okay. Some of it has cheese in it. It has cheese inside it. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm going to say I bet you this tastes delicious. It's still an abomination. You know what I mean? Like, we can enjoy things that are an abomination. Like, it's okay. It's all right, man. I'm not mad at you. All right. Let's get our chat back open. Where'd my chat go? I thought we had a new member, but it's Mike. He's just celebrating, you know? Aquarium Zone says $60 will buy you a sweet Pleco. True. Or, hey, secret option B, you could buy like a $35 sweet Pleco and a $25 steak and cook that up. Or $25 worth of pork butt and then put it in the slow roaster with some Kahlua salt. You know what I'm talking about? Do you guys know how to make Kahlua pork? Kahlua pork. I'm trying to think everything that's in the Kahlua pork recipe. It doesn't have Kahlua in it. It doesn't have any liquor, so you could just chill on that whole thing. But you take some pork butt. Oh my God, this is a story beyond story, and now we got ads. See, this is why I won't show people's blogs on the internet. I just had to scroll down to page like 14 to look at the recipe here. Liquid smoke, hickory, mesquite flavor, or mesquite flavor. 2 to 3 teaspoons red Hawaiian sea salt. You don't need banana leaves. You just need some smoke and some sea salt and bust it into the slow cooker, man. It's so easy, and it just falls apart. Put it in there for 12 hours. Yeah. 8 to 12 hours on low. Just let it go, low and slow. That is the tempo. And, yeah. And pork butt's like, you probably get 10 pounds easy for $25. Let me restate that. Pork prices are pretty high. So maybe you get 7 pounds. You get 7 pounds. Because you can find pork butt for like $2.99, right? I don't know where you guys are at, but you could find that here pretty easy. I met a girl at my street with a cute wiener dog puppy some weeks ago. Cutest wiener I've ever seen. Yeah, we have a wiener dog. Her name's Biddy. Biddy Brown, the wiener dog. The wiener dog. Let's see. Lock the raccoon in there. Wait, what's going on? My greenhouse pond was super till the raccoon broke in and ate the fish. Yeah, raccoons are a scourge. They're a scourge for if you want to have a pond, with some fish in it, if you got raccoons around, it's just a ticking time bomb. It's a ticking time bomb for a fish keeper's disappointment. Oh, that house sold that we wanted to buy. It's gone pending. It took an offer. Not our offer, but it has gone pending. There's the email come in to let us know that you can't buy this house now. Now it has an offer. You can't buy it. Yeah, the house hunting has been disappointing, I guess, would be the easy way to put it. It's disappointing. It's irritating. It's disappointing. It's a bummer. It's dumb. Yeah, it sucks. I hate it. It's stressful. Everybody's mad. Everybody's mad all the time. Everybody's cranky. We got to drive for hours and hours to go look at a house. I think we're going to take a break from the house hunt here for a while. I think is what's going to happen, because it is creating a very toxic, negative environment. It's creating a totally toxic, negative environment in Vicky and I's relationship, and it's not leading us to what do you call it? Feeling good and happy. You know, it's people feeling cranky and angry. You know, even though they were just out of town for a week and then they came back, and then now they're cranky. So it's all good. What are you gonna do? There's not much I can do about it. I'm just here trying my best. You know. The trick to shopping at Costco is knowing what the prices generally are. Like, no way am I buying $10 cubic foot, $10 2 cubic foot garden soil. I'll spend $4 at Carpatino Brothers. Oh, the Carpatino Brothers. Carpatino Brothers is great. I don't know if you guys follow me on social media. I posted some pictures from the Carpatino Brothers around Halloween, because we went there and we got pumpkins. So, cool place. Definitely worth a good spot. Mikey Fishy says, come move by me. Doesn't Mikey live in D.C.? Don't you live in D.C.? I don't know if I want to move to Washington, D.C. You guys can't vote, right? Can people vote in Washington, D.C.? Can you vote in Washington, D.C.? District of Columbia voting rights. Voting rights of citizens in the District of Columbia differ from the rights of citizens in each of the 50 United States. Boy. Oh, boy. Not a state, therefore does not have voting representation in Congress. The Constitution grants exclusive jurisdiction over the district in all cases whatsoever. Yeah, I don't want to move to Washington, D.C. because you guys can't vote. I mean, that's A, number one. B, number two, I don't want to live on the East Coast. I don't like the East Coast that much. I've been to a bunch of it, and I don't like it. I don't like it all that much. It's either like a metropolis of bridges and stinky buildings and overpolluted nonsense, or it's like hillbilly town, and it's rolling hills with hillbilly nonsense. So, Virginia? Yeah, I certainly don't want to move to Virginia. Isn't Virginia for crabs? Virginia is for crabs, right? Isn't that right? I think that's right. Yeah, it says right here, Virginia's for crabs. And it's blue crabs, by the way. 100% inferior to the Dungeness crab. Okay? Hope you guys know that. I hope you know that. It's just a fact. It's not even an opinion. It's not an opinion. It's a fact. Dungeness crabs are better. What the hell was that? Did I just get some notification come through? Oh, Lord. Oh, I got to pay the milkman. Okay. Milkman shall be paid. You got it. All right. I got to see that notification, 3:45 on Mondays. That always comes in, and I don't know how to turn it off, but it tells me to pay the milkman. Oh my God, it just came through on my phone too. There we go. Notifications galore. Pay the milkman. Milky, milky milkman would like some money. You got it, milky guy. DC can vote for president, but they don't have congressional representation. Yeah, I need congressional representation from wherever I live. You know, that's a rule. That's a rule that I have. I have a rule that that I must be able to vote for my representatives. What is this? Oh, we got a message. We got a message coming in. An important message, folks. I'm gonna read it so I can see if I can read it online. No, I'm not gonna read that. It says poo poo fart fart meow meow oink oink poop. It was a poop message from somebody. What's going on here? I think real estate might be the only solid financial investment right now. Sorry for anyone who is trying to get a house. Well, here's the problem: is that like, you know, when you're talking about like food, shelter, water, right? The three essentials to survival, right? Like, it's on that list. Is a house. It's the shelter part. You don't have to live in a house. You could live in a lean-to. Oh my God, this messages are coming in hot and fresh about the milkman. Okay, I've just got a mess. I get everywhere. I just got notifications everywhere. I don't know. Anyhow, what the hell was I talking about? Oh yeah, you know, buying a house has always generally been a good investment as long as you can make sure that you don't overpay. But who knows about overpaying nowadays, because the prices they don't even list them at a price that they expect to get anymore. I know that we talked to somebody who was actually being honest the other day, and they had listed their house at $575,000. By the way, guys, is a crazy amount of money. And their expectation was to get over 700. So it was like, well, why didn't you just price it at 700 then? And they were like, well, I don't know. We wanted a lot of people to show up so we could get people to bid against each other, is pretty much their statement that they kind of skirted around saying, you know? And you're like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Let's be honest, it's ridiculous. You want $125,000 more dollars than your price, right? And that is that's ridiculous. You know, it'd be like going to the car lot and you're like, oh, how much is this car? You're like, oh, it's $20,000. And you'd be like, okay, cool. I will make an offer for $20,000. And they're like, yeah, no, we're waiting for 33, right? We're waiting for 33,000. And you're like, who? So, here comes 10 people. They're going to bid each other up. Okay. Totally rad. I've seen some TikToks about it. I've seen some YouTube shorts about it. Some of them are funny. But when you're in the middle of just trying to buy a house so you could move, you're like, I hope these TikTok stars just stop. I hope they throw their phone in the ocean and stop making TikTok videos, you know? Yeah, it's a bummer. Jacob Hill, how would you filter a 125 that's not using a sump? I don't know, like an FX6 or something. Jacob Hill, you're not using a sump? I don't know. I plumb my tanks to use sumps, generally speaking. I would use a hang-on back filter. I would use a sponge. I would use an FX6, FX5, FX4. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's all sorts of filters I would use. If for some unforeseen reason that I couldn't afford a pump and a tank and a couple pieces of plumbing. Yeah, you know. I made a video about like the 10 reasons why I use sumps, and it's like 10 years old or something. I don't even know how old it is at this point. It's an old video, and it stands the test of time, you know? Like, I don't like equipment. I don't like having a heater in my tank visible. I don't like having CO2 equipment visible in my tank. I don't like having sponge filters or bubblers or SpongeBob SquarePants pineapple, a pineapple under the sea bubbler thing with a scuba diver, you know? Like, I don't want any of that stuff. I don't want any of that stuff in the tank. I want my tank to look like a block taken out of a beautiful environment. That's what I want it to look like. I do love Liam Neeson's. You love Liam Neeson? Okay, I can respect that. Color Guppies, the DMV area was expensive. Must be bad if you don't pay the milkman. It's a big punishment. It's a big punishment if you don't pay the milkman, you know? It's not good. You don't get any milk. Will M is here. God, we got both Wills. Both Wills are here. Good. It's a good thing you guys are color-coded. How did you guys color-code yourselves? Because Will C is brown and Will M is blue. That's pretty easy. Andikin says, do hang on the back overflows work? Yes, they work. They have a propensity of failing, though. Through power outages, some kind of blockage, some air gets up in there, whatever. It's just a bigger point of failure, having a hang on back overflow. And then also, like, on restart, it might have lost its siphon. So you could spill some water that way. It's definitely a possibility. You could spill some water that way, and that would be a bummer. Yep. So I don't recommend hang on back overflows because of those reasons, because I don't like water to go out of where I want the water to be. I've cleaned up a lot of water off of floors and stuff, and it's probably like 100 too many times at this point. I wish I could find decent property for $700,000 in LA. My 1,300 square foot home in the hood, northeast LA, is valued at $1.2 million. I can't afford my home, which I purchased for $450,000 10 years ago. Yeah, I understand. It's a nightmare. That is a nightmare. It's a freaking nightmare, dude. But I feel like if you bought your house for $450,000 10 years ago, $450,000 10 years ago, you probably had your loan was probably at 6%, I would guess, 5.5%, maybe something like that. So you were probably paying $2,200 a month. You know, if you take it out, you're probably paying off $600 a month in principal over 10 years. You probably have a lot of money sitting right there in that house if you could sell it for $1 million or $1.2 million. So to me, I would consider that to be life-changing kind of money. And unless you have like a serious career where you're making a boatload of money and you're, I don't know, you know, if you're making a boatload of money and you have to stay at the same company or something. I guess stay in the area, but I feel like if you have that kind of equity, I would sell it at this point because, you could move. Like, I don't know. It sounds like a very rude thing to say, but you could afford to move. So at least you have options. I don't know. But yeah. I mean, if I had a 1,300 square foot house that was worth $1.2 million, I would sell it and move somewhere else. But that's me. That's my advice. It might be bad advice, but if you could cash out $800,000 into a bank account, you could do a ton of stuff with that amount of money. And I think that like our society nowadays like talks so much so much about billions and this and that and the other thing, but you could easily take 300,000 of that and move somewhere really easily, and then you could invest 500 grand and be making quite a bit off of that. That's enough money to open what do you call it? Oh God, I dropped my phone. I dropped it. Don't take my advice. I drop things. Oh, I went behind the computer. It went all the way down there on the ground behind the computer. I had to get it. Andikin says, are we going to see a housing crash? Anything's possible. I wouldn't predict one happening, though. And people would say, like, what's your reasoning behind that? Like, San Francisco hasn't seen a housing crash, has it? It's still continued to go up, I think. Let me see. San Francisco housing market. Has it gone down at all? Let's see. Overbidding list prices in San Francisco. So the overbidding list prices had a dip, a serious dip, during the like middle of the pandemic. So December and January, so December 2020, January 2021, it had a dip. It dipped all the way down to 35% over listing price. That was its huge dip. Right now it's back up to approximately 70% over list price. And this is tracking back to 2018. What a disaster. So San Francisco saw a dip in the price over list price, but it has not receded at all. I would say that and like I said, this could be terrible advice. I'm not an advisor. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not any of that stuff. But if I was to say, is there going to be a housing crash, I would watch the San Francisco market. That's kind of those are the places I'd be watching. And there's really no sign of any kind of crash happening. I mean that's the reality of what's going on. Appreciation rates by county in California have gone up 18%, 20%, 16%, 23%. It's bonkers. It's not going down. But I would say that if you see San Francisco like level off, they will have hit a point where people literally just can't afford it. It's just that they won't be able to afford it, there just physically isn't enough money for them to afford it. But we have not hit that point, which is unfortunate. Yeah. Mortgage interest rate trends. Yeah, I mean the interest rate completely dropped. The bottom of the interest rate dropped out. Yeah, I mean there's no end in sight. I mean, the only way that you would see prices level out, in my opinion, is if they did an interest rate hike, like an extreme one. Like if they put interest rates from, what is the interest rate right now? I think it's at like 3 something. Interest rates. Let's look that up. I was like, what am I looking up? Yeah, okay. What are today's rates? Today's mortgage interest rates. Oh my God. Just show me an article. I'm not trying to get financed, you stupid internet. So okay. This would be the 4th website. Do we have? Just show me the interest rate. Oh my God. I mean, this is why people hate the United States, right? This is why people get frustrated because you can't even look something up like, what's the interest rate right now? Oh, hold on. 5,000 ads and a bunch of websites that are only ads. Okay, here we go. For today, Monday, March 7th, the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate is 4.10%. 4.1% is the average right now. 15-year refinance is 3.34. Last week was 4.08. So, yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, if it would slow down if they raised the interest rate to like 9% or something, you know? Oh, so, but the actual rate right now is 3.5. Sorry, 3.38 is the sort of average right now. So it's not even that good. You know, it hasn't gone up. It's gone up a little bit, but like the only thing that's going to slow it down is interest rates going up. Really, but it's probably not going to do much. Yeah, Travis Wilson here has a good point. Says even if we have a crash, it will likely be nothing compared to 2008. Well, it won't be. It will, of course, will be nothing compared to 2008 because there's not a bunch of people backwards on their mortgage right now. But he says probably no more than a 10 to 15% correction. Yeah, if we have an air quote crash, it's just going to be a correction in pricing and stuff. That's basically what it's going to be. Yeah. Mickham says, do you in the U.S. ever get a dip in car usage regardless of the oil price? No. The only thing that's ever slowed down car usage was the pandemic. People stayed home because of the pandemic. And that lowered car usage. But other than that, no. I mean, I'm sure we could go look up some charts or whatever, but like everybody's still buying the same amount of gas, driving to the same places. Yeah. New Local Austin said Joel's gone, man. Yeah, dude, I dropped my gum on the ground, and I had to get it because I'm not about that game of just leaving, especially like a food product. You know, I'm not leaving a food product on the ground. Mickham, have you yet filmed the video at Alyssa's place you were speaking of? No, we have to put the beam in at Alyssa's place. And every time we have it scheduled, something happens, whether it's COVID, or somebody else gets COVID, or somebody got sick, or somebody got hurt, or somebody, you know, it's been discouraging out here, you know? It's just, I'm a little bit discouraged today. I'm Debbie Downer today, you know what I mean? So, it is what it is. You know, I thought I was having a good day, and then the outside influences have influenced my mood, and I'm not in a great mood. Which I was gonna do. I was gonna do comment review today, but I'm just in too bad of a mood to do it. I can't even stay happy about it, so I'm not going to. All right, I'm hanging up on Discord. Nobody ever calls on Discord, so I'm hanging up on Discord. Inventory will start to increase when people can't afford to pay their mortgages. People are co-signing 3 or 4 family members to qualify for loans. See, the problem is that they thought, okay, people were assuming that people were going to not be able to pay their mortgages because of the pandemic or this or that or whatever. I don't know if you guys realized interest rates were at an all-time low. So people did a cash-out refi. They did not default on their loans. There's really not that many people defaulting on their homes, right? Because there are options. And the bank would always option you a cash-out refi because they're going to make money on a cash-out refi. All of the financing paperwork, all that blah, 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 is like, I forget how much it was. I think it was like $2,500 or something. They just roll it back into your home loan. I think it was like $2,500. People could be taken out. They could take out like conservatively $100,000, $80,000, something like that, and have cash to get them through. That they would give back to the bank to pay their mortgage, right? Either way, the banks win if that's the case because we did all your finance paperwork money, and that you're going to give them the cash out refi money to be paying your mortgage, right? So people are just not defaulting, and people are qualifying for loans like you never seen before. So it's pretty wacky. Even my agent. Even my agent was like, we were thinking about moving, but him being an agent, he's like, it's so crazy to even try and buy a house that he's like, yeah, I don't know. Who was it that was talking about their 1.2 DKLA? Your house is, if your house is actually worth 1.2 million, you're in a different position though, because let's say you have $300,000 left on your mortgage, which I don't know how I don't know what your methodology of making payments was, but let's say you have $300,000 left on your mortgage. You're talking about like $800,000 or $900,000. That's a lot of money to motivate to go do something other than what you're doing right now. And the reason I say that is like, you could probably buy like a $400,000 property somewhere and then find another job, right? And still have like a lot of money invested that's pretty much making you money. Travis Wilson says less defaulting now than before the pandemic, even though forbearance has been over for quite a while. Yeah, a lot of people thought that people were going to default on a lot of their on their mortgages and their homes. But there's really no reason to do that if you could do a cash out refi, right? So a lot of people have just opted to do that, And I'm even talking about people that are not money savvy. People that aren't money savvy have been doing like things like a cash out refi. So, it's just one of those things that like, some forecasters thought like, wow, there's all these people are going to be homeless. The unfortunate thing is the people that are homeless are the ones that didn't own a building already, which just means they're just further and further down the ladder at every turn, Da, 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 da. Furry Pal Grover has a good point here. Right, but there's just so many people that want to buy. Those homes will be quickly bought up. That's the issue. Like, we go look at a house, and there's like, one house had 12 offers on it, and it had been seen by like, I think they'd said it had something like 40 showings in like 2.5 days or something like that. Yeah. So there's no shortage of buyers. That's the thing. And there's no inventory. There's no houses. Like literally, with my search area being like, what is it, like the radius of 30 miles? So it's like 30 miles this way, 30 miles that way, the circumference of 60 miles. Is that right? What's the circle side to side? There's the radius. Circle, I don't know. Geometry. I think that's what I'm looking for. What is it? There's, you guys are going to already have said it by the time I look it up. Diameter, radius. Oh, yeah, the chord. You remember the chord? Tangent, arc, semicircle, sector, central angle. So the radius, the diameter. That's what I'm looking for, not circumference. Why did I say circumference? Oh, man, I'm a special guy. Diameter. So we've got like a 60-mile diameter, a 30-mile radius that we're looking in, and like with my parameters even not being as focused as I would like them to be, there's 48 houses. And I don't even know if you guys know, that's a pretty big area. You know what I'm saying? So, dude, it's a bummer. Okay. Is your area also having hedge funds purchasing houses as investment? I don't know. It's hard to say like who the buyers are. Because I mean I could go look up like the title sales. But there are some restrictions in Washington State of single family homes, right? So like investors in Washington State really like to buy like apartment buildings and complexes and stuff like that. It's just a better way to go. Some hours spent with your favorite tanks can turn the mood sometimes, or for you, maybe a few hours with your favorite daughter. Which your quick mood turn. You are a very nice person to follow. Yeah, I'm just in a bummer mood today, dude. Like, and I'll be hanging out with Olivia all night tonight. I'm gonna go pick her up just a little after 5. Make some dinner for the family here and do all that stuff. But yeah, it's just things outside of my control are affecting my mood, and there's just nothing I can do about it right now because it's just a bummer. You know what I mean? And I could talk to you guys all about like people that have died and this and that and the other thing, but what's that gonna do? It's not gonna help. It's not gonna help you guys. So, Wes Cairn Duff, P.T. Barnum and James Bailey said, "There's a sucker born every minute, and 2 entrepreneurs to take his money. They owned a circus. Yes, they did." I only check the lives every now and then. Do you have any plans to resume making the kinds of plant fish videos you used to make a year or two ago, or is that kind of content available somewhere else? Right now, I'm just doing live streams. And I know that like it generally like pisses some people off. But I do have a couple hours on that at the beginning and the end of every week. And to be honest, and I've talked about this before, so I don't feel like this is going to be news for people that are actively following the channel or are members or anything like that. The reality is, this always sounds like when if you talk about it, it always sounds like, oh, boo-hoo, woe is me. But here's the deal. If I make content for YouTube, which I've made tons of videos. Let's be honest here. I've made thousands of videos. If I make these videos and I figure out how much money I make from making them, you start to realize you make like $1 an hour. And here's the deal. We got a $5 super chat today from Mike, who I've met, the Fish Tank Barn, who's making content. And we've been live for an hour and a half. And that means I'm making $2 an hour. Right? And so there does come a time where you go like, where am I going to put my effort? Am I going to put my effort into $1 an hour, or am I going to put my effort into $2 an hour? So you go like, well, neither of those are a game changer, right? Like neither of those amounts of money should really influence your decision. So you go, should I work 100 hours and make $100, or should I work 50 hours and make $100? You go like, well, I suppose I should probably work 50 hours and make $100, right? Because that leaves 50 hours to do something else. Oh, like I could go work and fix somebody's sink, or replace somebody's toilet, or put some flooring into somebody's bathroom, or replace somebody's exterior door, or whatever, and go, oh, I went and I made $325 for 5 hours of work. And then you kind of start looking around going like, well, what am I doing? What am I doing here on YouTube? So I've made the statement that if we get 1,000 paying subs and 1,000 paying people that want to follow this channel, I'll go full-time on YouTube. Because at that point, you could go like, all right, I'll probably be making like $20 an hour. I can really prioritize doing YouTube content and making it work, right? And going like, okay, this is for sure one of my jobs. Let me work at it. But the pandemic came along and really got rid of a lot of people that were funding the channel. Within the first couple months of the pandemic, like Patreon went down 58%. It's gone down since then too. Patreon was at like, I don't know, $1,600 a month or something like that. YouTube was at like $500 a month. You're going like, okay, there was a point in my time where I was going like, yeah, I'm making like $2,000 a month. That's not good. That's not a good wage to pay for a child, to pay for a mortgage, to pay for a car, to pay for insurance, to pay for health insurance, to pay for gas, electric, food, groceries, any kind of entertainment, stuff for the show, blah, 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 right? And to go like, well, I've spent, even last year, I spent more money on video production than I did. I spent more money on video production than we made last year for the YouTube channel. So I have equipment to make videos. I've been filming videos and I've been working on stuff. Some of my other YouTube channels I make content for because they have nothing to do with fish tanks. They don't have anything to do with any of this content. And because they're fun, like they're fun to the point where if something is funnier for me to drop an F-bomb in it, I could just put it in there, right? Whereas if I'm dropping F-bombs on this YouTube channel, I guarantee you I'm going to get emails from people that they no longer want to watch my channel. They don't want to have my YouTube. They don't want to have my live stream playing somewhere because I said shit or something, right? And it's like, okay, cool. We talk about, I constantly hear from conservatives in the United States that it's cancel culture, right? Whereas like conservatives in the United States have been canceling gay people, rock people, not married people, right? Any kind of swearing, boobs. Boobs have been canceled in the United States by the conservatives, right? We've had 250 years of being canceled by conservatives, and now all of a sudden they're the victim, you know. Ben Shapiro will go on rants about how everyone's being canceled. Oh my God, Joe Rogan's being canceled, guys. Joe Rogan's being canceled because he said the N-word 500 times in his podcast, and he got paid $100 million. He's being canceled with this $100 million contract from Spotify. Oh, right? You know? But here's where we are in 2022. And you know, to the point where, all right, let's do some, all right, screw it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it because Will C has, super chatted, $20. I appreciate it, dude. That's big time. It's a big time orange super chat. It's so orange, we don't even know. Here we go. Let's go over to our comments here. Now, you got to keep in mind, I've already banned all the people that are insane, right? All the people that are completely insane have been banned from my channel. I have to ban them from my channel. I have to ban them from my I have to ban them from my email. I have to ban them from my Instagram page. I have to ban them from my Facebook page. I have to ban them from my website. I have to ban them. I have to go around and ban these people, right? Because I get these insane comments on a regular basis. And these are like the normal comments, right? From Alec the Nice saying, "You are a hardcore virtue signaler, sir." Like, okay. Cool. Is it bad to have virtues? Is it bad to Is it bad to have like a moral framework in which you live by, and then when things are happening in the world, you have a moral framework in order to criticize the bad things that are happening in the world, right? I mean, I regularly have people come onto this channel if I talk about anything that doesn't have anything to do with fish. And by the way, even today, when we just started talking about housing stuff, we had a big drop off on people watching. You know, it's like we had an average of 50 people watching, and now we have an average of 30 people watching, right? So, you know, it's because we have this like really one-dimensional group of people on YouTube that are like, all I ever want to know is fish content, and it's the only thing I ever want to know about because that's the only thing I know. That's all I want to know, and that's all I ever want to know. And if somebody mentions anything about anything other than fish, oh my God, I'm going to be outraged, and I'm going to send him a bunch of emails. I'm going to get on his Facebook page and tell him he's full of it, you know? And you're like, is this normal? Is this normal behavior? Is this how the world operates? Like, okay, cool, you know? But, you know, here we are. You know, and it's just a very strange dynamic. And some people would say, like, are you burnt out? And it's like, yeah, I'm kind of burnt out. I'm kind of burnt out of making a ton of fish tank videos, you know, and being verbally, physically attacked by other YouTubers in the fish fam, right? Like, oh, we're the fish fam. Okay, why are you crazy then? Okay. Or maybe that is like a good extension of a family, right? I literally get emails constantly about all sorts of crazy, wild drama, right? You know. Jack Bet says, are you another content outlet other than YouTube? I wouldn't answer that. even if I was, I wouldn't answer that. But the thing is, like, I make other YouTube content and stuff because I don't have to be limited. You know, I don't have to be limited by the fact that, like, there's an audience that is outraged by content that they don't like. You know, I literally had somebody send me an email once that they wanted their kids to watch my YouTube channel, but because I have tattoos, I'm a sinner. I'm a sinner. B, I'm gonna go to hell. And there's no way there was no way they would ever let their kids watch my YouTube channel because of that. Right? And I'm like, okay, unhinged crazy person, I guess I'll see you later. Bye. Banhammer. See you later. Can't deal with it. Can't deal with it, don't want to deal with it, you know? And by the way, like, what's my motivation to want to deal with it, you know? Travis with a follow-up says, yeah, I can imagine it's a lot of work to make good quality videos. I tried to make a few, and it was overwhelming, especially for low pay. And, you know, and that's the thing. Like, I don't want to turn everything into a monetary debate, right? I don't want to turn everything into a monetary consideration. I hate that everything is like, we got to fund this, we got to fund that. Hey, super chat, can we, I need members. But it's like, I literally have to play the game of going like, hey guys, join up on the Patreon today. And somehow try to say that with a straight face and go, oh, I guess everything is just money all the time, right? Everything is just money all the time because I live in the United States where we are in just late stage capitalism here, where everything is just crumbling around. You got to pay for everything, right? I even talked about this a while ago, where I was driving around because I'm going from point A to point B, and I have to drive all the time to go to point A to point B. And I was thinking about it, that there's nothing you can do in the United States that doesn't cost money. And, you know, the quick and easy response to that is somebody said, hey, you could go to the park, right? You could just go to the park and sit there. And I was like, can you really just go to the park and sit there? Because every minute that ticks by means that you got to buy food for the next meal, right? So there's not even hey, let's just chill today, you know, because, well, we need $1 million to buy a house, so we don't have that. And so that's stressing us out because we have a kid and we want to move to a better school district, blah, 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 right? Susan for SLC is awesome. She says, not true, Joel. Much love to you and your family always. I believe that from you, Susan. Yes, I believe that from you. I've encountered a lot of people in this hobby, in the aquarium hobby, that are extraordinarily closed-minded, wildly, probably racist, bigoted. Like, it's wild. It's just wild. To the point where, and I've mentioned this before, like, I've gone to conventions and people wanted to fight me because they don't like me, right? So, what do you want me to do? Like, it's one of the reasons I don't want to go to conventions, right? Like, I don't want to go to conventions because it's so toxic. Like, there's no reason for me to go. It's not fun. It's like, sure, I meet 10 awesome people, but then I meet 5 not awesome people, right? There's a weird dynamic of people think that we're in a relationship, right? Because I'm talking to them while they're driving around in their car and they're having the other side of the conversation wherever they are. It's called a parasocial relationship. It means it's a one-sided relationship. It's a one-sided social relationship, and it can become way too overwhelming for a lot of people. And it can become way too overwhelming for the psychology of people, right? It's a really weird thing. It's really weird. I can't describe it other than it's really weird. Will M says, don't forget, peeps, this stream train is driven by us. If you want to talk about things, participate. This is a participatory stream. That's true, Will. 100% agree with that. That's basically the reason I do this stream is to engage, right? It's to engage with the people from this community. Like, obviously I put together a show and we talk about stuff and blah, 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 you know, but like, basically, like, the reason to do it is to engage, you know, and mainly because, like, this is the content I like to make, you know. Terry's Tropical Tank says this is the wrong hobby for closed-mindedness, and here's the weird thing is I would say it's probably 50-50 in this hobby, which is weird because it's a weird break from the norm. Normally I'm used to interacting with 80-20, you know? It's like sort of 20% nutty people and 80% like everybody's just cool and chill, right? We'll see. Speaking of conventions, any chance you might tag along with Corey and crew to Interzoo this year? I was planning on going to Interzoo in 2020. I really was. And that was the plan. Obviously, the pandemic happened, and it did not work out. I do want to try to go this year, but I don't know how realistic that's going to be. Mainly because I had a conversation with Corey, and I think he's got some different plans of what he wants to do. So if it was one of those like tag along with Corey, it's like we'd fly all the way to Germany, hang out for 2 days at a convention, and then we'd split, which is generally not that big of a deal. It might be fine, but I don't know what I'd be going to do or whatever. Like, I don't have a plan. Like, I don't have a plan for what I'm going to do, and I haven't really thought about it that much. Mainly because we're trying to buy a house, we're trying to move, we're trying to build, we're trying to build new stuff. We got the new store build going on, and a whole lot of things happening. So, yeah, I just don't have a plan to go. I think if I was going to go to Europe this year, I'd try to go to Vivarium. If I was going to try to go, yeah. Local Austin says the people you offend have more problems than you. They would dislike 90% of who I follow. Yeah, probably. Yeah. There's a lot of people that show up and they're like, oh, he's a radical leftist. And it's like, I don't know if these are people that listen to like Marjorie Taylor Greene and these like unhinged politicians on these right-wing, by the way, these insane right-wing weirdos, right? And it's easy to tell because it's like, oh my God, this guy's a radical leftist. And you're like, in what way? In the way that I want people to have health care, right? In the way that there is a Second Amendment, right? There is a Second Amendment, and yet we don't have any tax-funded programs around actually training a well-trained militia. Like, why don't we have that, right? The fact that I want healthcare to be a large-scale healthcare program in which private healthcare can also operate in case people want to buy more health insurance. But I want everybody to be covered under healthcare. I want everybody to have gainful employment that's not minimum wage. It's not $7 an hour. Oh, my God, that's just such a radical, weird thought process to have. Like, oh my God, people should make more than $7 an hour, right? Like that's radical. I guess I don't know, because what's the other side of it? You want people to make $0 an hour, right? Like what? That seems pretty insane to me. But I bet Marjorie Taylor Greene probably wants people to work for $0 an hour. And if you can't figure out what I'm saying she probably wants slavery to come back. And it's just a disaster. And I recently heard somebody talk the other day that he wasn't sure what it is that basically like the right-wing politicians of the United States, like what is it that you want at this point? Like, everything is extreme capitalism. Everything has been deregulated to the point where, like, every economic system in the United States can be easily manipulated if you have capital. And what do you want? What do you want at this point? Like, how much further do we go from where we are right now? It's pretty wild. Yeah, I don't know. Anyhow, it's 4:30. I love you guys. I hope you guys all have a fantastic week. I'm going to get up at 3:30 tomorrow to go to work. And hopefully hopefully the plans for work tomorrow work out, and I get to break some stuff and karate kick some things that I. By the way, all of the stuff that I built is getting torn down. I'll be tearing it down, but it's all for a good reason. So we'll be doing that. Big shout out to Will M for sponsoring the show today at $25 worth of super chats, and the Fish Tank Barn for a $5 super chat, and plus all the other people being members and all that kind of stuff, and hitting the like button and blah 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 blah. Yeah. So I hope you all have a fantastic week. Hopefully you all you get a pay raise. Hopefully you get some health insurance. Hopefully you get some people caring about you. And hopefully some good things are happening. Hopefully some good things are happening on your front. That's what I hope for. All right. I got to get.